bombshell news for GTA 6, your PlayStation Plus games for August, and some disappointing news for the Knights of the Old Republic remake. All this on today's GameSpot news. A report from Bloomberg's Jason Schreier gives us the biggest info dump for Grand Theft Auto 6 that we've ever gotten, both for details on what to expect in the game, as well as behind the scenes at Rockstar on its development. Firstly, let's talk about the contents of the game itself. Bloomberg reports that the game will feature a Latina character, making this the first playable woman in a GTA campaign. This character will be a part of a pair of leads that are meant to be influenced by Bonnie and Clyde, the real-life couple that went on a bank robbing spree with their gang during the Great Depression. No word on whether players will get to play as the other character in the pairing. The game has an internal codename, Project Americas, as it was initially meant to feature large swaths of the American continent. However, the scale of the game has been reduced over time and will be set in the universe's fictional depiction of Miami, Vice City. The report includes the details that the game will still be quite large, with more interior locations than previous GTA games, and that the developer will be adding additional cities and content over time. But when can you play it? Some developers on the team told Bloomberg that it will be released sometime in publisher Take-Two's fiscal 2024, which runs from April 2023 to March 2024. Although some interviewed believe that the game would not hit that window and would release no sooner than 2024. The game has been in development since 2014, which if it were to come out in 2024 would mean that development will take 10 years, a time period in which Rockstar has gone through some dramatic changes. In 2018, hundreds of Rockstar employees spoke out about issues with crunch and toxicity at the developer, which has reportedly led to some massive cultural shifts at the company. Employees informed Schreier that morale at Rockstar is at an all-time high, thanks to changes in scheduling, converting contractors to full-time employees, and the severance of several managers that workers underneath them deemed to be abusive and difficult to work with. This change in culture has guided the content of the game itself, aiming to not, quote, punch down on marginalized groups, and while previous entries have largely been a satirical look at the United States, several employees pointed out in the report that satirizing today's United States is more difficult thanks to the US already being a parody of itself. So if you're disappointed that you have to wait for GTA 6, don't worry, we're already living it. Something you won't have to wait as long for is PlayStation Plus's August games. Starting Tuesday, August 2nd, if you have any of the PS Plus tiers, you'll be able to pick up Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1+2, Yakuza Like a Dragon, and Little Nightmares at no additional cost. A recent reveal from gaming magazine Famitsu showed that the next Yakuza entry, Yakuza 8, will feature the characters of Like a Dragon, so this is the perfect pickup for anyone looking to jump into that world. And Pro Skater 1+2 might be the only way to get your Tony Hawk fix for a while, as the legendary skater revealed on stream that a remake of 3+4 was in development up until Activision folded developer Vicarious Visions into working on Call of Duty, and plans for the remake were scrapped. Speaking of scrapped remakes, it seems the Knights of the Old Republic remake from Aspyr is in dire straits. According to Bloomberg, the game's art director Jason Miner and design director Brad Prince have been abruptly fired. In follow-up meetings with the team at large, the higher-ups told employees that the project has been put on hold. In the meantime, the studio will seek out and pursue new contracts. In May 2022, studio Saber Interactive joined Aspyr in developing the KOTOR remake. According to Bloomberg's report, employees at Aspyr Media now believe that Saber Interactive may take over the project completely as Aspyr moves on to other opportunities. And that is it for today's GameSpot news. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me know in the comments below what you want to see and be able to do in Grand Theft Auto 6, and we'll see you tomorrow right here at GameSpot.